Alright, so in this video we are going to be discussing all 4 of the weapons that have been released, like sneaked in the last 2 days, and they've all just gotten full showcases, some of them while I was editing, so let's not waste time and actually just get into this. First, we are going to be discussing the most recent Moria Scissors. Now, Moria Scissors has 2 skills, Shadow Extraction and Blade Whirl. I don't know which are guard breaks and which aren't really, but Shadow Extraction is a grab, so I'd have to assume that it's a guard break, or at least goes through guard at the bare minimum. It has a very cool, sick animation. I really do love it. You grab them, their shadow kind of falls back, and you snip and throw them away. Looks really sick. It does. I don't think these shadow, I don't think it actually has any effects to it. I think the Shadow Extraction look of it is purely for show, but regardless if it is or isn't, it looks absolutely just amazing. This weapon itself in general just does look absolutely amazing. The model for it has an idle animation, like the scissors are opening and closing. That looks really amazing. The M1s look super good. Just everything about it looks great. And it has a skill called Blade Whirl, which aims to be a multi-hitting skill. I don't think it won't be able to be used as a combo extender unless you wall combo, considering the fact that it has a wind up. I don't believe that it has end lag, but it might have end lag. It is guardable though, so yeah, I don't know. Oh, or is it guardable? I'm not positive. I don't think it's yeah, it is guardable. It's guardable. Yeah, it has to be. So it is guardable, but I don't think that, that'll really take away from it as a skill. Obviously, it would be better if it wasn't guardable, but I mean, it's still really good, guardable or not. The weapon does look fairly solid. A grab, I mean. A grab is always something nice to have. It's an old, reliable. Nothing too crazy, though. Blade Whirl, again, basic. It seems like the skills for it are fairly basic, but it's just the effects that are really nice. Blade Whirl has some knockback on it, so I don't think it will be able to be used as a combo extender. Maybe if you wall combo, it will be. But yeah, it just looks like it's gonna do some decent damage though. Again, that's something that's kind of hard to tell with Foyu, because he has a tendency of not telling us how the damage scaling is. But the grip animation is also really cool. You just snap their head off with scissors, because they're scissors, and you do a little hit with it at the end. So that's nice. But yeah, that's it for Moria's Scissors. They look pretty cool. Not much to say though. So yeah, I'm fairly excited. Next weapon. So Soulkane is given 2 skills, Drawing Song and Soul Parade. We are kind of just now receiving these, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm right on what these skills do or if which skill is which, but I am pretty positive that Drawing Song is a dashing skill that kind of does like a multi-cut thing, and then Soul Parade is a counter. I think it's kind of hard to tell. The skills for this weapon do look kind of weird. They're not very they're not very generic skills, if that makes sense. So yeah, I do believe Drawing Song is a dash that does a multi-cut, and it's probably a guard break. And then Soul Parade is a counter move that stuns your opponent in ice. So it's a combo starter. It's a countering combo starter. So that does look pretty interesting. Now, Drawing Song is not punishable. It doesn't have dash too far away from the person, and I'm also pretty sure the person kind of gets knocked around a little, making it not punishable, which is kind of it's balanced. I'm assuming that means that it does good damage and that it's a guard break. So yeah, that's always nice to see. And for once, it does seem like we're getting a really good counter, because a lot of the counters in GPO are pretty meh, I'm not gonna lie. But a combo starting counter, it seems pretty nice. If you can predict when somebody's going to start their M1 combo, if you can predict if they're going to check out a close range skill, or if they do check out a skill like Conquer at you, then you'll be able to react, things like that. So it's always nice to be able to have more unique iterations of things we already have. for example, like we received like a Gura counter, and we received the paw counter, and we have the Soulkane counter, so it's just nice to have things that are completely unique. This weapon was very unexpected. I don't know why we're getting Soulkane. Oh, I do know why we're getting Soulkane, because Brook was introduced in Thriller Bark, so that makes complete sense actually. It is really nice to see. The weapon does look pretty cool. The effects don't seem to change with hockey. I don't know how I feel about it. It seemed like the cane kind of seems a little plasticky. It's very solid color purple. I don't know how I feel about that, but other than that, it looks super sick. It looks really cool. The skills are really cool. It just doesn't seem like anything too crazy. Like, it's not too crazy of a weapon. It's not underwhelming. I'm just fairly whelmed with this weapon. It's nothing too insane. Honestly, it's what I expected. It's light, it freezes, it has, you know, the ice abilities that Brook has, and it doesn't seem like it'll be crazy overpowered, but it does still seem like it'll be a fairly good weapon that I could see being used by a lot of people. Not any meta crazy weapon or anything, but fairly good. So yeah. Okay, so Knight's Gauntlets, I've already kind of taken a look at. It is given 2 skills. One skill called Grand Entrance Slam, and the other called Over Shoulder Slam. It looks honestly pretty cool. I actually really do like the way that the Knight's Gauntlet is, like the way it just seems more than a lot of the other weapons. So the first skill is very similar to Conquisser, but it guard breaks, so that's a plus. It's also much faster, and it doesn't look like it has a charge. And its second skill is a grab that slams at the end. That also seems to be a guard break. Now, the thing about this grab that kind of separates it from other grabs is that when you up tilt into it, it works, you know, it'll still slam. It won't be caught in an end lag, and you won't get punished for it. So that is really nice. As well as this weapon has short range and very fast M1s. So that's also a plus. All in all, it just looks like a very fun weapon to mess around with. You know, you can kind of just, it doesn't look like it'd be super good. It does look good. It does look honestly like one of the better weapons that we've seen, in my opinion, but it just like, it looks like fun more than anything. So that's something I really do like. It's just very fast paced. It looks like, hopefully it's heavy hitting. If it's fast paced and heavy hitting, that would make it actually really good and very fun. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. I don't think we've seen any of the grip animations in these videos, so I don't know, but yeah, they just looks solid. Like, there's not a lot to say on it. It's just a basic leap like Conquisser, but guard breaks faster with no charge, and a generic grip a generic grab that a lot of weapons have. You know, not really any questions about it. A question I thought I would have is, what if you tried to go for an instant guard break thing? And honestly, it does seem like you could do something like that, because if I'm not wrong, you can use it when you're already in the air, so you can GPO up and then use it, and you'll just drop. You won't have the little jump. So I guess a little meta strat with this, if they don't fix it, or if I'm correct on how this works, is you could just GPO once, or, you know, be falling from the sky right in front of your opponent, and then do the skill, so you kind of get a little bit of like an instant guard break almost. But that's if you don't jump whenever you do it in the air, which I'm not positive on. You might still jump. I don't know if you can just drop straight down if you're in the air and then you use the Grand Slam entrance. But other than that, it does look like a very solid and fun weapon. So yeah, next we are going to do the Shusui. Now, in my honest opinion, I do think the Shusui is a little over, you know, like not overhyped, but I think it's a little underwhelming. That's a better word to use. I do think it's a little underwhelming, considering the fact that the Shusui is a legendary sword used by Zoro, and it's our first one really that was used by Zoro that we're getting in the game. And though it's not bad, you know, there's nothing particularly bad about it. It just seems kind of mid, to be honest with you. It seems like a good weapon. Okay, let me rephrase by what I mean by mid. It seems like a really good weapon. It just seems like it doesn't look that cool for a legendary sword. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It still looks solid. It still looks good. Just not as good as I would have hoped for the Shusui. I'm still gonna get it because the sword itself looks absolutely sick, and I love it, and it's dope. But yeah, let's just stop wasting time and get into the actual weapon. So you're given 2 skills, Triple Slash and Crescent Slash, one being a guard break and one not. Triple Slash is your guard break, Crescent Slash is not. Triple Slash is a 3-swinged, obviously, move. You kind of do 3 rotations, and then I think each one guard breaks. If they block the first one, it'll guard break. If they block the second one, it'll guard break. If they block the third one, it'll guard break, I believe. Each one probably deals decent damage, and it knocks back at the end, you know, a combo ender. That's pretty much it. It's nothing too crazy. It looks really cool, and the skills for this weapon, both of them change color dependent on your hockey, as well as it gets the little cool hockey effect on the weapon since it is a katana. Next is Crescent Slash, which is even more basic. You send out a fairly tall Crescent Slash forward in the direction that you are facing. It makes a little cut in the ground, and it also will just make contact with your opponent. That's pretty much it. No curve, no direction change, none of that. It just goes forward. It comes out fairly quickly though, so you won't really need to worry about missing it, in my opinion. It seems like another combo ender. You know, you do an M1 combo and then you chuck this out after, similar to a Caliber Phoenix or whatnot. Now, a question I have about this weapon, that is the only real question I have about this weapon, is since it is a basic looking katana and it follows all the rules of all the other katanas, would you be able to use it with 1 and 2 sword style and it having its own basic kits if you don't use it? So like, if I don't have 2 SS, can I just use the 2 skills? And then if I do have 2 SS, can I just use it with 2 sword style as if it were any other katana? I personally think that would be really cool, considering the fact that it does seem to follow the basic rules of a katana. It just meets the criteria that every other katana meets. So yeah, I hope to see more legendary swords, but again, this one just seems pretty basic, nothing too insane. So I guess on to the next weapon, or actually no, this is the final weapon. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. 4 weapons to see is definitely a lot. So I hope I didn't drag it out too long. I tried to make each weapon fairly quick. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.